I would like to welcome Michele.
Thank you. James Joyce started one of his novels with the phrase, "Mr. Duffy lived a short distance from his body." Yeah, sound familiar? I'm going to invite you to sit up with a straight spine. This isn't the first time you're going to hear that this morning. Close the eyes, and we're going to tune into our physical bodies.
Transformation is a word that's used pretty lightly these days. So what I don't mean by transformation is an emotional and mental high, sort of a superficial high, and you feel great for a few days and you're really inspired, and then after a few days you go back to where you were. What I mean by transformation is shedding the weak and conditioned parts of ourselves so that our full capacity as spiritual and human beings can come out. We're physical beings, and how we walk and how we are in our bodies is a language to everyone around us. People are making judgments about you instantly based on your posture.
We have to start thinking more about what we're thinking about. We have to start thinking more about what we're thinking about. Our thoughts are creative, right? I mean, most of us know that we're creating our lives out of the quality of our thoughts. Do you know how many thoughts that you think in a day? Take a wild guess. 10,000?
60.
Okay, I was in an audience at Rancho La Puerta once where I asked the audience that, and some man said 2.
Imagine that you're still lying in bed and you just woke up, and we're going to start off with a 3-part breath. So does everybody remember the 3-part breath?
We did this morning.
All right, close your eyes. And then as you breathe in, first we breathe in the lower abdomen, bring it up to the diaphragm, up to the upper chest, under the collarbones. And then as you exhale, bringing it all the way down through the nostrils, all the way down until you squeeze all the breath out of the base. How many people have tried to meditate, but all they can do is see their minds? Everybody should raise their hand, even if you're a meditator, you know? Yeah, right. So, and what I tell people is that that is the first step of a successful meditation. Because what it means is there's a part of yourself, which is awareness. It's the same awareness that we had when we were doing this stuff. There's a part of yourself that thinks of your mind as something separate than yourself. So we're something else besides our mind, right? Because if we weren't, we wouldn't be able to change our mind. So we're something besides the mind, and we're something besides the body. And in meditation, what we're trying to do is get to that place, which is awareness. Some people say consciousness, some people say spirit. But we're trying to connect with that place within ourselves. That's our essential being. The woman who was my editor, Arlene Matthews, is also a journalist, and she was invited to His Holiness the Dalai Lama's press conference in New York. And she's very New York. And as soon as it opened up to questions, she shot up her hand and she said, "Why is it so hard for Americans to meditate?" And the Dalai Lama looked at her with that twinkle in his eye and said, "Why do you think it's just Americans?" He said something like, "You Americans think it's always about you. Why do you think it's just Americans?" He said, "It's hard for everybody to meditate. It's hard for me to meditate, and I'm the Dalai Lama." So if you find that you're having trouble meditating, you're in very good company.
Beautiful, thank you.